understanding to the subject. Admissions, as I just said, to the universities all over India would be based on CUET exam. So it is very important for the students to get a good score in the CUET. But what is the syllabus? How do they go about? Is what this teacher teaches sufficient? Or they probably need to go beyond and take extra help. Very quickly, bringing in the pointers, the exam mode will be a computer-based testing mode. The question paper would include multiple choice questions. The exam would include 13 languages for undergraduate programs, which means gradually the state universities will be integrated with this. There will be 3 hours, 15 minutes to attempt one slot, 3 hours, 45 minutes to attempt slot 2. There'll be 4 sections, but I think I need to stop here because this is where our panelists are going to throw light on. Very good afternoon to one and all, and you're watching Futuristic Education program web series dedicated to education and Edudevs initiative in association with Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham University to enlighten and empower the education community in the latest trend in future of education. These are often a city-based web series, and today's city happens to be Lucknow. So we will hear out what Lucknow has to talk and say about the CUET. I am Devyani Kapoor. I am your host for today. And without much delay, let me very quickly introduce you to our esteemed and special panel for today. Today, we have with us Ms. Lakshmi M., who is a career counselor from Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham University, Amritapuri campus. Welcome, Ms. Lakshmi. We also have with us Dr. Priyanka Shukla, who is a principal, Arvind Academy, Lucknow. Welcome, Dr. Priyanka Shukla. And continuing with our new tradition, we have a very, very dynamic and bubbly panelist who are none other than, yes, our students. We have with us Abhit Yadav, head boy, Arvind Academy, Lucknow. I was just interacting with him, very bright child. Welcome, Abhit Yadav. We have with us Miss Ratna Priya Tiwari, head girl, Arvind Academy, Lucknow. Welcome, Ratna Priya. And let's hear out and help you clear some of your doubts. Now, you see, since you compete with an enormous crowd, somewhere I feel Indian education system has become testing system. We are constantly preparing our children to test for exams, one after the other. So it's less about understanding and knowledge. It has become a testing agency. It is essential to prepare meticulously because you are going to face another test, which is the Common University Entrance Test, or more popularly known as CUET. As the exam is pretty new, and of course now down the corner, most of you might be wondering about how to create a study plan, how to plan your preparation, whether to go for a coaching, or is it fine, our teachers are competent and equipped us enough to help us sail through or crack the CUET. If you have good domain knowledge of subjects, you study till class 12, cracking the exam, let me tell you, will not be difficult. My first question to both Dr. Priyanka and Ms. Lakshmi is, what has changed with regard to the entrance exam and admissions for DU and affiliated colleges? So Dr. Priyanka, if you could take it up first.
Yes, ma'am. Once again, a very good evening to one and all present here. And thank you for inviting me. So, as you asked me, what changed with regard to the entrance examination? So, as we all know that earlier it was based on the cutoffs of board results. And from 2022, DU admissions was based off solely based on the CUET results, CUET scores, which is CUET, as you all know, commonly known as the Common University Entrance Test, and it is administered by the NTA. NTA means National Testing Agency, who's conducted this examination and offering various courses for UG, and via 90 colleges associated with DU and other central universities. What is the change for this entrance examination? Candidates must have passed class 12 examination from the recognized board or the equivalent examination with the passing scores, and it is totally online test. It is online, it is MCQ based, an online test, and there is no age bar for this examination. Abhi to aisa nahi hai, there is no, and it may be possible that some of the universities, they have some specific criteria regarding the entrance, and for that you visit that university site. Okay, what are the criterias? And for the NTA has already released the dates, registration dates, and which is I think in between 21st of May to 31st, and the reserve dates is in June, first week of June. So and for that, you can visit www.nta.ac.in. If you want any kind of information related to CUET, you can visit to NTA sites. And the admission process of CUET starts after the declaration of the results. After the declaration of the results, and after the results, all candidates must have to register themselves on DU CSAS, which is known as Common Seat Allocation System, and submit preferred colleges. What colleges you want, you preferred colleges, you have to mention there. What subjects you want to take in your UG, so you have to mention it there. And then they have released the simulated list of tentative allocations. After that, the portal open for the reorder of the preferences, and then the declaration of the admission list. This is the new way of admission system through CUET. And you all know, you have to aware about the CUET syllabus. What is the syllabus of CUET? What is the pattern of CUET exam? You must have known. And as Devyani ma'am already mentioned, that there are 4 parts, like 1A, 1B from the language sections. 1A have 13 languages and the 1B have 19 languages, and you have to choose one language from both the sections. And out of 50 questions, you have to do only 40 questions. And the third one is related from your domain knowledge, which is purely subject based. Whatever the subjects you are choosing for the UG, you have in your class 12. And fourth is based on the general awareness. General awareness means your general knowledge, your comprehension and mental ability, like logic, reasoning, this kind of questions. So while you are preparing, you must be aware about the pattern, about the examination system. It is not very tough. It is very easy if you are preparing for board examination, like class 12 board, because nothing come out of that. And you have a good habit of reading newspapers, then you can answer the general awareness questions.
Right. I think very well said. I think you've encapsulated the whole of CUET, the basics of CUET very well. And ma'am, that is there that I think we've always, as educators, and school has always been up for telling children to be abreast with the latest general awareness and the current affairs, reasoning. But normally children would only, those children who take up any competitive exams are more, bent on reading these. But now I think with CUET coming in, students by and large will have to develop, and which is very good, a subject which always used to be like a zero period subject, like the GK and other current affairs used to be now that will be taken up very seriously. I think that's what I have my understanding. Before I move on to Ms. Lakshmi, there's one thing more which, since you were discussing, that there's an element of negative marking. So for every right answer,
yes, there is negative marking.
Yeah, ma'am, could you also tell the students a little about that? If it is like, I think there is 5 marks for
the correct and 0.25 for the negative, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
There is negative marking of 1 mark for each wrong answer. 5 marks will be allotted for correct answer. 1 mark will be deducted. Yeah. So yes, what has changed? Now I want to hear the perspective of a university, that, what has changed, whether it is quality of students or how basically the testing, and what is the message that we want to give to the students.
Yeah. So hi all. A very happy evening to everybody here, and thank you for inviting me, and a special thanks to Devyani ma'am. So when it comes to CUET, I think Priyanka ma'am have covered all the details. It's like it was pretty much good. All the details were covered by her. So I would like to talk something like, one day we suddenly heard the news that NEET has scrapped all the other entrance exams. Maybe some of you have heard that. We as teachers, we know that on one sudden year, one day, NEET has scrapped all the other medical entrance exams. There was a lot of confusion. But now think, everybody knows, there is a central examination, or there is an examination called NEET for the medical part, which is conducted by NTA, and everybody knows everything detailed. So confusion is just for the initial part. Everything will get sorted out maybe in the 1 or 2 years. So don't worry about that. It's a good opportunity to every student or every individual who is in year 12. So I would say it's a late decision taken by the universities or the government. It has to come maybe before years. That's what the first opinion I have to share. And when it comes to the CUET, a lot of students will feel like, I am getting an opportunity. It's like everybody will be equally considered. That board exam criteria is removed, and it's actually a wonderful point, right? The cutoff system is removed, and this university, I would say Delhi University, or nobody will be announcing their cutoff. It will be completely based on what you have scored in CUET. So everybody in the country is having an equal opportunity. It's not like I have scored a 97% or I have scored an 80% or something like that. So the first important point I wish to specify is about the equal opportunity. Those who score good in CUET will get a better chance in those universities. And about the question paper pattern and everything that ma'am have already described, it's wonderful that some new topics are added to the list. It's not about they have to simply or blindly write what they have studied in their 12th. They have to look around. They have to find the what is happening around. What all things have happened, maybe in science, maybe in technology, maybe in politics. They have to have an understanding. It's like, I would say, the children will be more responsible. They'll understand what will be happening around. More than the subject, they'll have that knowledge also. So I'm wholeheartedly welcoming this exam. And this has to do more in the coming years. More things will come up. Yeah, I think that's what from my side. And we are also discussing as a part of Amrita. It's like, at least some students know we are accepting JEE. We have our own entrance examination, but still some part of seats, maybe 25 or 30 seats for the beta course, we are accepting it through JEE. So similarly, maybe in the coming years for those courses, we'll be accepting CUET. So it's like you are having multiple windows. And you don't need to write separate entrance exam for everyone. It's just one exam, a lot of universities, a lot of colleges. You can select from the list. That's a very good option.
So actually what I hear from you is it's actually an opportunity.
Yes.
I mean, very well said, Lakshmi ma'am, that, you know, that initial hiccups will always be there. Now, when you gave that example of NEET, I think very relatable, that now NEET is the most accepted and it's the smoothest running exam that we could think of. And the other is that rote learning for board, what we have always been trying to combat about the rote learning thing. But we couldn't. Now, the system has given us an opportunity to the schools, basically to the students, to come out of that shackles of rote learning and reproducing because they really don't know. So giving that element of competitiveness to everyone. Do you think, ma'am, moving on to Priyanka, ma'am, of course, thank you so much, Lakshmi, ma'am, and Priyanka, ma'am, for this brilliantly put up ice-breaking round. And I'm sure we would have got a lot of clarity on that. Now, CUET is only applicable to colleges in northern part of India. Why is it not being circulated pan-India colleges? Why is it limited to North India? If it was planned, by when will it be materialized, or why did we take up chunk or piecemeal regions? Why was it not implemented across pan India? Yes, Priyanka ma'am.
Ma'am, till now, CUET is in Northern India. And you can say it is in pan India also because central universities are participating, still participating, they all are. And CUET is given an important place in the NEP 2020, as we all know, and steps are being taken by the various states, other states on various levels. Initially, it was started for the admission in universities and especially colleges affiliated to central universities like DU and other universities, is now expanding its purview. As per the Tata School of Social Sciences in Mumbai and Gurukul Kangadi in Haridwar, they are also interested to adopt and being the part of the CUET, which I have read in the few days back in a newspaper. They are interested, and in other words of experts, it was happened few days back. The CUET may soon attain the same recognition as examination like NEET and JEE, but very soon it will be like that. And minority institutions also adopting that they must have their separate admission list, but they are also working in the same line. And like Jamia Millia Islamia जो college है, and Aligarh Muslim University was also recognized CUET. So we can't say this is only in end. Everyone is trying. Everyone is being the part, wants to part of this CUET. And recently the UGC has discussed with the state universities for showing interest in the CUET. And as per UGC, the dialogue has been very positive and very soon it will be materialized. Very soon we will say the Union Education Minister also wants to make it a pan-India entrance test for UG courses. So yes, definitely it will be in pan-India, and universities are trying for that. Steadily and gradually they are opting CUET. Like, you know, earlier B.Ed was also like that.
Yes.
Will start from some universities and colleges, government colleges, but very soon every private colleges also adopt that. So in the same way, it is also being the part like the JEE and NEET examination.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I think, yes, at the end of the day, making it pan-India as NEET has become or B.Ed has become, ultimately we have to create uniform systems to it. We have with us in the audience Mr. Gaurav Srivastava, who is PGT in our public school, Lucknow. Can we unmute Mr. Gaurav And could we hear, he being a PGT, I'm sure taking 11 and 12, let me just have a quick, dialogue with him. That is Mr. Gaurav there?
Hello.
Hello.
हाँ, good evening, ma'am. This is Gaurav Srivastava.
Hello, Gaurav Srivastava ji. Good that you wrote, because we always encourage audience to write and interact. That is how at least we could kind of bring in the various perspectives. So could you also, you're actually in classrooms. So how has been, have students been asking you, or what is your understanding of CUET?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me opportunity to talk is this type of national platform, we can say that, ma'am. Ma'am, according to my view, and I'm also a sociology, we can say that's PGT. So sociology, according to sociology, because we are everyone touch with society, and education is also a part of society. And for the nourishment, for the being a good, we can say the citizen, sociology and also the education, social education is very important. So my students also talk about that, because this is a new thing for upcoming students after the intermediate. So also I try to say my students ki make your basic concept which are you taking in your 11th and 12th, because it is very important for upcoming CUET. And this is also good for every student, because this is a one exam, and by this every student take the admission in university and by the one platform. So every student when ask me, sir, how to we can say crack it, I always try to that base maintain your basic concept.
तो गौरव सर एक चीज और बताइए आप, that
yes,
you know what is the roadmap, जैसे basic concept, very well said, that ultimately it is going to be the basic concepts that are going to help you. And anyways, that is what education, true education, purposeful education stands for. But if a student asks you, so what is the roadmap that you will be giving him? Suppose I asked you that, sir, how should I prepare for CUET? So aap wo teen cheezein, ya how will you guide him? How many hours he should give? How much emphasis on everything he should pay, languages or general awareness? So kuch, if you could just little bit tell us our students about
yes
it.
मैम, बेसिकली मैं स्टूडेंट से कहता हूँ कि सबसे पहले तो आप जो है अपने आसपास का जो इन्वायरमेंट है उसके लिए आप जो है बिल्कुल जो है अवेयर रहिए, लाइक कि इवेंट्स क्या हो रहे हैं, कौन से क्या बोलते हैं इवेंट्स आपके चारों ओर हो रहे हैं, अपडेट्स रहिए, क्योंकि एक सेशन में जैसे कि अपडेट्स का भी पूछता है उसमें, तो अपडेट के लिए आपको हमेशा अवेयर रहना चाहिए फॉर सीइंग अ न्यूज चैनल basically. And also we can say that read the newspaper daily, and also talk few minutes with the class teacher, and also we can say that the subjective teachers regarding your subject which are coming in CUET, if you are belong from science or we can say commerce or arts. So basically main thing is how to crack this, to read the previous year's paper if CUET done. So ma'am, these are the main points I am also saying to our students.
Great,
Update.
thank you so
First thing
much.
is update rahiye.
Update.
Yes,
Be
yes.
remain updated. That is what Mr. Gaurav Srivastava, PGT, our public school, Lucknow, has to say. Thank you. Moving our discussion, and please stay in, Mr. Gaurav. Moving
Yes,
our discussion ahead to Ms. Lakshmi. Now, CBSE also introduced a percentage of MCQs in the paper. So the first 20 questions often of a subject are MCQ. What will be the difference? And then you have the CUET, which is an MCQ based test. So what will be the difference, or what is the difference between those MCQs which are there in the CBSE board paper and the ones which, though the syllabus remains the same?
So yes, when it comes to board exams, I would say most of the questions will be of that direct type of level. Even though there are application-oriented questions, most of them the students will be able to write when they have an idea about each chapter. It's like when they read each chapter, they'll get a basic idea. Yeah, this is the content, or this is the basic idea. This is the concept when it comes to physics or any other subject. They know the concept. But it will be more application-oriented type of questions when it comes to a competitive examination. So much more concentration is needed. Even though they are strong in basics, they need to practice a lot of questions. They need to improve a lot from their side when it comes to concept, when it comes to answering multiple choice questions, when it's of CUET.
That is it. I'll now move on to Priyanka ma'am to kind of, Lakshmi ma'am did speak something about, the difference between the CBSE based MCQ and CUET based MCQs. Mr. Gaurav also gave us, but from a principal, what is that message? And if you could help the students schedule, prepare a schedule and prepare a plan, and how should they start a parallel preparation? If you say that only by, studying your class 11th and 12th, that would not be sufficient. That we all know about it. So since preparation starts parallel to boards, because immediately once they finish their boards, the time will start for CUET. So if you could guide the students, your students, that what is, and I'm sure since it's going live, a lot of students will be hearing it through Facebook and other things as well. So we would really request you to come up with, tell us some kind of a plan that the student can follow.
Yes, ma'am. First, though, it's very important scheduling and planning. That is very important for any exam, whether it is board, CUET, NEET, JEE, any competitive exam. So scheduling and planning is very important. And I must say, be comprehensive in nature while you are studying. If you're studying in a planned way, in a thorough way, man, excuse me, So planning is very important, and yes, schedule your plan, be comprehensive in nature while you are preparing in any chapter. It should be comprehensive in nature. Prepare what is your weaknesses and what is your strength. Like you have a good command over some chapters and you have some weak command over some chapters. So just make a list that on this chapters, I have to work hard. On this chapters, I have to work less. So planning is very important. And I must say the level of questions being asked in the CUET is benchmark at the level of class 12. And the difficulty level is moderate. It's not very tough. So you can carry that. Master both the theoretical answers as well as the calculation-based problems. While you are preparing any theory, any principle of related to physics, chemistry, whatever the subjects, you just go through properly what MCQs is being asked in the paper. Like you go for mock tests based on that particular chapter, that particular topic, side by side. Like you have to allot 2 hours I will study for the board examination, and 1 hour or 1.5 hours I will give for my competitive exams like CUET and other examinations. And be flexible while you are solving questions for board exams and CUET. Board exams have a different type of marking scheme, like in there you have to write a stepwise marking scheme is there. And diagrams, while in CUET you just want to answer in one shortest possible time. You have to only pick the questions. So there is a difference between the CUET and board examination. Because I'm seeing that some of the students who are preparing for NEET and JEE, what they are doing in the paper, they just write the final answer and forget to write the unit. So marks will cut there in board examination. You cannot go for the same way. So that is the main thing. Yes, time management is must. Dividing the timings, understanding the concepts, solve questions basically. CUET, related to CUET, and related to board examinations. Make the best use of your school timings. While you are in school, don't waste your time. Even I'm saying to my board students also, just take it on a serious note. Utilize your time. Don't waste your time in gaming and other things for at least for 3 months. Be serious. They are laughing.
No, that is
So
something very relevant.
Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
the syllabus for the subject and domain test of CUET is the same. Domain
Yes.
test is same. So you can prepare both of them together. No problem. I think if you have planned, if you have very concise on your topic, so there will be no problems. And the candidates preparing for board exams, they can give CUET. They will not facing any problem in CUET, and vice versa for CUET also. If you are preparing for CUET, you don't have any problem in board examinations. So I can say, yes, time management, divide your topics, divide your chapters key, and subjects. It should be time-bound study. The study should be time-bound. With that, within this time, I have to complete this, my chapter or this subject. You have to divide the subjects. And then, yes, what is your strength? What are your weakness? And I must say, practice, practice, practice. There is no other way. If you work hard, you learn the things, and you are not practicing properly, you will not achieve. You will not achieve. So practice is must, and evaluation is also very much necessary. Where you are, you should know where you are. You should know your weaknesses, and then you can only strengthen your weaknesses.
Great, ma'am. So I think ये तो बात हुई ma'am के time management, getting a command over your domain knowledge. Now, I would like to...
And reading newspapers is also
which
very
is
necessary.
very important, because that is where the CUET and board might deviate, is that current affairs, general knowledge,
Yes, ma'am.
reasoning.
Candidate must have a good reading habit also.
Okay, so moving on to... I would like now the students, because I saw were very excited when they came, and Abhi did. Abhi, have you seen the CUET paper? देखा है बेटा आपने? Sample paper या कुछ Google करके देखा?
I gather a lot of information about CUET, but I have not seen the CUET paper yet.
That is the first thing you all should have done. Seen what the sample papers, so many sample papers are trending over the net. So that is the first thing. I think that is where your curiosity would...
Right, syllabus and pattern.
Patterns, so yes, of course. The syllabus, the pattern, but first thing hota hai, ek baar, ki let me see, how is that CUET paper? So, okay, now I'll pass this mic to you, and I would want you to kind of, because I'm sure you said that you have gathered a lot of information, but it is all very haywire. You want to have a concrete structure info about it. What are your queries? Tell us. And whom would you want to ask?
I would like to ask my principal, ma'am.
Okay.
My query is that many coaching centers have now added CUET coaching classes as their USP. So do I need a coaching to crack CUET exam?
Sorry?
And my query is
coaching?
that many coaching centers have now added CUET coaching classes as their USP. So do I need a coaching to crack CUET exam?
No, I must say, if your fundamentals are strong, you have a good command over your subjects, not needed to go for coaching centers. But yes, if you want to improve yourself in other ways, like you just to familiar with the paper pattern and the other things, so it's a good, if it is a good coaching center, that you must go on. You must go for that. It is totally up to you, because you can judge yourself where you are. If you want, you can go ahead. But I think there is no need of coaching centers. You just prepare your subjects and practice. Earlier I said, practice is very important. Take the mock test papers and just go through that. within the time bound period. Like if it is 3 hours, 15 minutes, you just have to complete this paper within the given time. So practice is must. But yes, if you want, if you need any kind of help and you have some, questions regarding the CUET, you must go. But I
So
can
that
say you
means
can
you-
take
that means-
you can take help of your teachers also.
Yeah, that is what
They
is
will help you out. They will
Priyanka
help you.
ma'am, this has become very controversial because that means the parent has now to pay for CUET exam preparation also.
Yes,
That's
yes.
another burden for the parent. ये तो बोर्ड ने एक
It's
और
not actually.
Pandora's box खोल दिया कि अभी पेरेंट फीस से ही परेशान हो रहा था. Now he has to pay for another testing. So
It is not needed at all, in my opinion. My opinion is that you have to work hard. You just prepare yourself. And if you need any kind of help, like my students, so I am always there to help you out. Na?
So I would like to take this up with Lakshmi ma'am as well.
Yes, I was waiting for my turn. So it's
Because
like,
yes, because for NEET, for JEE, it's established. It's been that sad story is that it is established that school is not competent to prepare a child for NEET and JEE. Now there is CUET, and you think
Ma'am,
school
here,
is not competent. So
Here I
Here
I want to interrupt you because देखिए, willingness is always important. If you have a strong will, definitely you will achieve. Definitely you will achieve. There is absolutely no need of anything. You have planned, you have everything you should plan in your own way. I must say कि आप coaching जाओगे, if you are not willing to do that, not willing to do that much hard work, definitely
Yes,
you
ma'am.
will not get selected. So
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
totally up to students. I must say it is totally up to students.
So
Yes,
I think
Lakshmi
I
ma'am.
can-
छोटे
Yeah,
शहरों के
let's-
लोग इतने बड़े जगहों पे कैसे पहुंचते?
Yes, Lakshmi ma'am, बताइए.
So it's like when it comes to coaching this part, I would first refer to a newspaper or something, a news that I've seen. It's like 50,000 or 60,000 students have been admitted in, it's the last year statistic. They have been, who have studied in both CBSE, they have already been admitted to different colleges. Very less number of students have taken coaching during that time. Because it was the first time, a lot of coaching centers were also having confusion. So for all the students who are listening to this session, maybe I am somebody who is taking classes for coaching. So JEE and all of those exams, the bank exams and all. So from my perspective, my first thing is just take 1 or 2 mock tests, and a lot of websites are there. They're providing free mock tests. I would say they have now added CUET also. Just try to attend 3 or 4 tests. It's a Sunday, you can just take, it's just 3 hours. It's a Sunday, you just cut a film, maybe an evening match or something. Just spend 3 hours, write a test. After 2 or 3 tests, analyze yourself.
Absolutely well said.
That's
Well
what I have to
said.
say. It's like analyze from your part. Maybe you will feel like section A, it's difficult for me to attend. Section B, it's something about my subject, maybe commerce or business or maybe physics or math. Yeah, it was okay for me. Section 3, when it comes to GK, it struggles. It's completely fine. In the first and the third part, you are struggling. Sorry, you are struggling. Why? Because you have not done any exam in that format. You don't know how to write reasoning questions. You're not having any awareness about GK. So understand, it's completely fine. Start studying those 2 subjects. Maybe allocate 2 hours a day. It's completely possible for you. Subjects, anyway, you will study. So you can spend some extra time studying those 2 subjects. Maybe after studying for 2 weeks, write another 2 set of CUET exams. Lot of platforms are there, and I would say a lot of YouTube channels. It's like we are bombarded with resources.
We are bombarded with resources.
It's not like you have to get up early in the morning at 5, you have to go to this coaching center itself, study for one Sunday, the whole day there. Nothing like that is there. It's how we are going to frame yourself, how we are going to work on yourself. That's what the thing is. So maybe after 2 weeks of study, you can just write 2 or 3 exams, then analyze what has happened. And there are different platforms which provide you different ideas in studying GK, code words, or I would say grouping of things. A lot of things are there. When it comes to science and technology, there is one method of study. When it comes to something related to prices, there is one method of study. So just, I know you'll be playing games, you'll be doing a lot of things with the mobile phone, right? So just deviate that time to something else. Watching reels, watching movies, chatting with friends. Just maybe 20 or 10 minutes from that. Just answer 2 to 3 questions. That's how you have to reframe yourself, because you have completely 4 months are there for you. Board exams is there, but still you have time. It's going to happen only by May end. You're having enough time. And after maybe just analyzing for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, if you feel like, yeah, it's not going to happen, you can take somebody's help for those 2 parts which you feel like, yeah, you are weak. That is completely fine.
Take the
But
help
don't
of your
take a
teachers.
blind decision.
Yes,
That's what I have to
take
say.
it.
Analyze
Because-
yourself, understand yourself, where you stand. Because I would say we are not into CUET, but we have different platforms which are providing tests for every Saturday and Sunday. I would say NEET is there, JEE is there, a lot of exams are there. So students from different parts of the country are writing the exam, and you'll have a rank list where you stand in the crowd. Even if some platform is charging you maybe 500 rupees for taking 5 tests, it's good. There are free platforms also, but you can try that way also. So just analyze yourself, then only take the decision. It's like my friend has joined for coaching, so I'll also go. Don't do that.
And Priyanka ma'am just said that the pattern is pretty average. They'll be making the test in a way that everybody can compete, from smart cities, A-grade cities, to rural, to tier 2, to everyone. So there'll be something for everyone. Do not become subservient of the coaching centers. It's like you were right. Everywhere you see that coaching ads of CUET. Why put that pressure on the parent? They're already shelling in so much for the fees. So that is definitely where I would like to debate that.
And I would say,
Yes.
I would like to add one more thing. Whenever you're writing
Please.
any examination, as an educator, when you're preparing questions, we'll consider different statistics. There will be some questions which are difficult. It's okay, maybe only the bright students will be able to write it. It's completely fine. But still you're having those easy and medium questions, and you will be able to score above 75. So this is the pattern in which we are putting entrance exam papers, or we are preparing those questionnaires. So no need to worry in that regard. Maybe some portions you need to work on yourself. Yeah, if it comes to speed, if it comes to something like distance related questions, you all know the basic formula. We all know how the structure of clock is this, what the structure is, how this everything is. So you just need to work on how am I going to write an answer? How am I going to solve a problem? We know the basic formulas of distance and all. We have studied it in maybe 7th or 6th or maybe lower than that. What you need to work is, how am I going to understand the question to reach the answer? That's simple. After answering some question papers, you'll be able to do it. So don't worry in that regard, but work hard. That's it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we have Ratna Priya. You have a question for, or any query do you have?
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask my question from Lakshmi, ma'am.
Okay.
The right time a student should start preparing for CUET?
Okay. So this is a common question which most of the students ask in sessions. Why? Because maybe you feel like I'm in my 12th, my board exam will start on Feb 15 or by Feb 10. I need to spend all my time preparing for board exam. So how I'll prepare for competitive exam? I have not started till now. I would say there is no actual time. It's like some students are preparing from 8th for a competitive exam. Some students are preparing from 11th. It's completely up to you. There, you can search for those candidates who have cracked competitive exams in just 2 months. How we are going to manage things and be consistent. That's what is really important. Consistency is a very important thing. Even if you're having board exams, how we are going to allocate at least 2 hours for a competitive exam in a day? You're having your mathematics exam. So how you will spend 2 hours for answering some other problems? Maybe some other questions. This is something which you need to plan. Maybe as kids, you will feel afraid, yeah, I'm having this thing tomorrow, I'm having this thing. So how am I going to manage things? So always have a schedule. And even if you fail in the first attempt, what will happen? Have that attitude towards things. It's completely fine if you're not able to do something in one day. Understand it's okay. Take the courage and do the things. So there is no,
Excellent.
it's like you can start from today. So it's the best day or it's the best thing to do. That's what I
Very
would
good.
say.
Very well, very motivating and very inspiring. Priyanka ma'am, then we'll again come back to, as we are running short of time. So I just want to ask Priyanka ma'am that apart from adopting the right techniques to crack the exam, what advice would you have for your students? Though you've given a lot of advices, but what is that common mistakes they might make? Number one. Number two, I would also want to talk about a question so that you guys, you can get a good time to speak, both of you. It's very difficult at times for students to read and retain. So the trend of comprehension, the okay for our method of reading has, so maybe our teachers could be equipped, or what would you suggest that how can students read and retain that information in a way that it can be applied as answers in a stipulated time? So these are the two things. I'll first start with Priyanka ma'am and then. So what is that advice and how can anything that you want to tell your students?
Look, Devyani ma'am, if you are studying something and you are not practicing, it's totally useless.
Yeah.
So I am saying practice, practice, practice. Only practice will make you perfect. Practice mock test, as ma'am Lakshmi ma'am has said, go through the mock test. While you are giving mock test, you are able to know your weaknesses and you just note it down that I am weak on this topic and I have to work hard on this topic. Then time management. Time management, like managing the time. This particular time I'm going to give to this subjects or this topic. So practice is very important. Stop rote learning and make it in a habit, like write it down, writing. While you are writing, there are many, while we are studying, we know we are able to speak, but we are not, while we are writing, it's lacking something, it's lack something. So writing the things, then never ignore mock test, never. And to keep track of your strength and weaknesses, focus on your end goal. What is your end goal? That is very important. Arjun ki aankh ki tarah, wo chidiya ki aankh jo Arjun dekhta hai. Just like that. Constant evaluation during preparation. Not only preparation, evaluation is also very important. Evaluation is also, then you are able to know. So in that way, you can do the things. And while you are studying a chapter, while you are preparing a chapter, just flow chart and mind mapping is very important. Like once you're going to give the examination, you just turn the pages and say, this, and this. So that is very important for any examination. Like if it is board or NEET, JEE, CUET, any competitive exam, any board exam. So this is the strategy which I must say you should follow this strategy. Evaluation and practice.
Right. So two things which Priyanka ma'am has said: practice. Practice makes a man perfect. When you're
and evaluation also.
And second is, she said, evaluate. So how do you evaluate? Is you take mock tests. It's fine if you do not score well in the first, in the second, in the third, definitely you'll do a 50%. By the time you are on your 7th or 8th, but my first advice is to all the students who have come here for CUET, I wish you had seen a CUET paper and seen that what you were coming in. So always go prepared. And the third thing which Priyanka ma'am said, which was it's very close to my heart. When I was an educator, I always prepare mind maps, concept maps. At the end of your chapter, encapsulate entire concept into a mind map or a concept map. That shall always be your last minute bird's eye view review on that.
You close your eyes and you recapitulate everything.
Absolutely. That's something I used to do as a student. I
Yes.
encourage my students to do. Lakshmi, please tell me, because this is a question which I'm sure they would also want to be asking, that the 4R, the reading a text and retaining it becomes a problem for most students. So how to combat this, how to, capture their attention span, and, what strategy would you be suggesting?
So, to all the people who are listening to this session, the first point I wish to specify is don't procrastinate things. This is something which we all used to do. It's like whenever you want to do something, do it right away. Maybe it's like we always used to say, yeah, I'll start doing this maybe in the afternoon. Maybe the afternoon will shift to night, maybe tomorrow morning. Whenever you want to do something, you want to start something, don't wait for a particular time. Just start it from that moment and think that's the perfect moment. It's the best moment to start something new. So make it as perfect. Take a moment, take a time, just start doing it and make it perfect. So that's the first thing I have to tell. And now, before discussing about the OK4R methodology, I have to give you some tips. The first one is having a schedule. Maybe this is something which is very common and very, it's like everybody used to tell, have a schedule, have a timetable in your life, have time for everything. So it's not like everybody is discussing the same thing. It's really important to have a schedule, because after 4 months you have, or after 2 months you're having board exam, after 4 months you're having a competitive exam. So now it's high time for you. Understand it's high time. There are a lot of people to support you. Your teachers are there, your counselors are there, your parents are there. Your only duty is to study. That too, you need to avoid all the distractions maybe for the coming 4 months. After that, maybe, yeah, it's vacation. It's something like joining a perfect institution. So set up a goal, plan ahead. Yeah, I'm having 4 months. How am I going to plan to achieve my goal? That is really important. So scheduling is really important. Avoid the procrastination, have time management. I would say you can take breaks. You can do, maybe you can relax, you can watch movies. All those things can happen. But it has to be in the time that you have allocated for it. Now, another important tip is students may feel stressed during this time. I know because I have been talking with a lot of students. So it's the month where students are stressed, parents are stressed, teachers are stressed, everybody is stressed, and everybody wants that April, May to get over. So understand that stress is something which is really natural. It's a natural response to something.
Right.
So don't let stress control you, have control over stress.
Okay.
I'm not,
Right.
it's like you have planned, I'll complete 2 chapters of physics today. You have studied maybe for 8 hours, but still you're able to complete maybe 1 chapter or 1 topic. Understand it's completely okay. I'll invest more time. If I'm investing 8 hours a day, maybe I'll try for 8 and maybe 15 minutes or maybe 1 hour extra. So don't be stressed. Take control of stress. That is really important. Maybe you can come up with different techniques which can help you to relieve that stress. That is really important. And another important tip I have to tell is start loving yourself, or always have that habit of rewarding yourself. Maybe your teachers will tell you, yeah, if you scored about 90%, you can do something. But try practicing it maybe for 1 or 2 times. You can see the difference. It's like if I was able to complete the scores in the coming 6 months, I thought like, yeah, I'll reward myself with a vacation. Similarly, understand or value yourself and start rewarding yourself if you achieve something. It may be a small thing, a minute thing. That's how you are going to celebrate yourself. So celebrate each day of your life, understand things, just focus on all these things, the time management, the plan, the schedule, your goal, but still you have to have that enjoyment and happiness and do love things, what are you doing. That is really important. It's like this maths is really tough.
Yes, Lakshmi ma'am. Lakshmi ma'am, I'll have to interrupt you here. It's wonderful. I think I was noting down all your tips. Your and Priyanka ma'am's tips clubbed together made a beautiful bouquet of, to-do list. Ratna Priya, one last question on CUET to any of our panelists.
Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes. Oh, I'm impressed. You are taking this from your school. Very good. Excellent. Yes.
What section of the paper should I attempt first? Is there any order to be followed, or any section can be done first?
Ma'am, very crisply, brief and crisp.
Yeah, understood. Understood. Yeah, I'm talking a lot. I'm taking a lot.
No,
of
no,
time.
no, no, it's fine. It's fine.
So, is it something related to board exams? I hope so.
No, CUET.
CUET. Okay. So, I would say if you are good in GK, you can start with that because it will consume very less time. And be sure, I'm not having an idea about which is the answer. Just leave it. Just go through the other questions. So you can have some extra time after answering the GK. Those time which is left, you can use it for the other subjects. Or if you feel like if I'm starting with GK, you can start with your subjects itself. Maybe physics or chemistry or commerce, whatever subject you have chosen, you can start with that. And I maybe as a final note, I would like to add one more thing, which is something called revising. I know Priyanka ma'am have already mentioned it, but it's really important. There are a lot of students whom I have encountered saying something like, I'm not able to remember the things. I've studied everything. I'm not able to remember the things. I would say it's the human tendency to remember those things which we have revised only. It's a very important part. I'm not going to the technicalities. There is something called a forgetting curve. So we are able to remember information only when we have reviewed it. So how many times you are reviewing it, it will be in the front part of your memory. So always remember this thing. This is a very important tip when it comes to any examination. If you have studied one physics topic, one derivative, sorry, something, maybe an equation or something, maybe a problem solving, after maybe in the same day or the next day, you can just go through it. It will take maybe 5 minutes or something. After 1 week, you can just go through it. It will take 3 minutes. Maybe after 2 weeks, you can go through it. Yeah, it's like everything is in front of you. So reviewing is something like refreshing your mind. So whenever you are reviewing or whenever you are revising, you know, teachers used to say, just start revising. It's only 1 week. It's only 1 month. Just start revising things. Why they are saying is you'll be able to remember things when it's in the top of your memory. How it will come in top of your memory? When you're revising it or when you're looking into it, maybe 10 times or 15 times. So just practice this. This is really important. So I thought of saying it again.
No, good. That's important. The students are hearing and they should. Priyanka, ma'am, one question. Are we also doing something with the teachers so that they can be equipped to handle the queries of CUET queries of the students and they can manage in-house the CUET preparation because it is not different from boards? Would we be incorporating this?
Yes, definitely, ma'am. We can go for 0 periods. We can use 0 periods for this preparation. Right now, I am using 0 period for the board preparation, like 1 hour 0 period.
Yes.
And yes, I conversed with my students. I was asking in which subjects you want some other board. So they said, ma'am, this subjects. So I am organizing 0 period for them. In the same way, we can allot 0 period for the CUET preparation after the board examination or with the board examination, the gap between the subject exams, like 4 or 5 days, they will definitely get the gap. So we will arrange CUET preparation for that.
Great.
Their teachers can resolve their problems.
Absolutely. And maybe some sessions for the teachers to take.
Definitely, we should conduct some sessions like planning and about the syllabus and the pattern.
Yes.
Definitely we will conduct.
I think every school head should take measures like what Priyanka ma'am is taking in her school of trying to equip her teachers to become competent in the CUET preparation so that the children don't have to seek out. We have already fetched our time, and in the end I would just like to quote, in fact a few days back I came across this quote what Priyanka ma'am and Lakshmi ma'am also said. This is by Robin Sharma and I really like his quotes. He says that small daily seemingly insignificant improvements when done consistently over time lead to stunning results. I would repeat for the students, small daily seemingly insignificant choti cheezein improvements when done consistently over time they produce stunning results. quote unquote, Robin Sharma. And I'm sure these are such powerful and not just motivating. I think these are those life skills which I was so motivated that I want to do yoga and I was not able to do it. So I got motivated by this. I'm sure board, CUET, or any other exam, you all can follow this mantra. I think it was an extremely enriching session where we all came together, deliberated over the various aspects, not just about the pattern of CUET, because that's something is bombarded and, as Lakshmi ma'am said, loaded on the net. But we took up some actual problems. We took up how the child should behave. We should not get stressed. 9 points that came up through this conversations, both from Priyanka ma'am and Lakshmi ma'am, were to the students is practice, practice, practice. Make use of mind maps and concept maps. Always resort to evaluation. Evaluate yourself. Avoid procrastination. That's something we need to put it right away. That should be our New Year resolution. Work towards time management. Make your, not over ambitious, but ambitious schedules, realistic schedules. Manage your stress. It's fine if you don't perform well in first 2-3 mock tests. We are sure by the time you crack the 7th, you'll be there. And finally, in the end, reward yourself. Be confident. Measure your success with your previous achievements. And we come to the end of this session. Thank you so much, and wish you a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. And stay fit and study hard. Any last point that our young panelists have to say? 30 seconds each. Anything that you want to say? Ratna Priya?
No, ma'am.
Time management and consistency brings a great success.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent.
Very good, Abhit.
Very good, Abhi. And
Very
now
good.
please stay tuned. Thank you so much. Stay tuned to the AV that the Edudevs team is going to play. Thank you very much, Priyanka ma'am. Thank you very much, Lakshmi ma'am, for gracing the panel. Abhi, Ratna Priya, and our special guest for today, Mr. Gaurav Srivastav. Thank you so much, Mr. Gaurav. Please keep hearing our these web series, watching and hearing these web series. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Devyani ma'am, and Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham also. And it's really a very relevant topic to discuss here.
We'll have more of these deep dives into this, where we can make the students aware about CUET. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye, ma'am. Bye.
Bye. Take care. Happy New Year.